Good morning, YouTube. So first thing we're gonna do is get into reviewing items. These are the last four I've got on my table today. Don't worry about this little guy. That's for later. Normally I would have a big pile of stuff, but the shipments have been coming in slow. So let me just talk about some of the cons of the Amazon Vine program. Obviously the pros are you get free stuff, you do a review, bada bing, bada boom, simple. Cons, for the last week or so, I was doing reviews, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't review something until I've taken it out and used it. To me, it's disingenuous if I'm just getting all this stuff in for free and I'm not actually reviewing it. It's kind of it's what communists do. I use everything that I review. I put hands on and test, and I might not do it on the camera. On the camera, it's just kind of showing an overall of what's possible to get with this program. If you guys do see things that I've showcased on here and you want to have a more in-depth video review of that thing, let me know. Boom, gotcha. But I do go hands-on and actually test everything that I get before I do a review on it. So I'm hammering out some reviews of some things I've tested and toyed around with, and they would normally, once you hit submit, boom, goes off, and then that goes from the need to be reviewed to the already reviewed column, so I could keep track of it that way. Well, they did some kind of system update. It stopped doing that. Then you would hit submit, and it would just go right back into the queue of needing to be reviewed. And so I was like, oh, maybe I hit submit wrong. Let me hit it harder, or let me use my thumb instead of my forefinger to hit the submit button. And it would just keep this continuous cycle. Now, luckily, my review that I had written, and if I had photos or whatever, they were still there, so I didn't have to reconstruct the entire review each time. But it never went from the one column to the next, from the needs to be reviewed to reviewed. So I got in touch with Amazon Vine, and yada yada yada. The system update, now it's going to be 1 to 2 days where they review your review. Yeah, that's right. The reviewers will review your review and then pull it from the need to be reviewed to the has been already reviewed column. So it's not really a con. It's just I didn't know what was happening. It was kind of making me mad. And then the other thing that I'm kind of seeing as a con with this. All right, so I'm in there's two tiers, silver and gold. With the silver, you get you can order up to 3 items a day, up to $100 each item. So potentially you can be ordering $300 worth of items per day. Is there always that much inventory or options for that to happen? No, very, very rarely. So far, from what I've seen in whatever the algorithms decide I need to look at. The next tier up, obviously, is gold. Gold is you're allowed up to 8 items per day, no cap on value on the items. To achieve gold from silver, you have to maintain a 90% review rate over a designated time, and you have to review 80 items over this designated time. Now, the 80 items to be reviewed, I'm getting close to there. The 90% review rate, that I don't see how it's possible, because I have so many items that are counted against me that are still waiting to be shipped for weeks now, or in the process of being shipped. And then, the Prime 2-day thing, we kind of know that's not a thing anymore. Some of these things they're 3 weeks or more. I've been awaiting that item, so that item is going against my stats as something I have to review to maintain this what looks to be unobtainable 90%. How do I get to that 90% if I can't even review the items that they're counting against me as needing to be reviewed because I haven't received them? See, there's That's the problem. Anyway, that's what I'm running into. Maybe it's just me. Enough ranting. This kind of went off the rails. Let's just get into it. And I think, yeah, my best friend from college, Bill Butt, wanted me to review this. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, he was interested in if the color was a true fuchsia or is it more of a mauve. I'm not sure what you would call that. Anyways, this is a car charger. Plug it in, and it's got USB-C, USB, and it also has two retractable cords. You have your Lightning, that's cool, and you have USB-C. And it came with a USB-C to USB-C, which is nice long one. It also came with a USB to Lightning cable. So they kind of thought of everything with it. And this would be a good thing for him to bring in his aircraft when he flies upside down. It won't fall out. Alright, that's that item. What's next? Alright, these here, I tend to have a need for these every once in a while. We have sun sails over our back deck and over our little above ground pool. These are a little smaller than I thought from the pictures. That's kind of the way it usually is, but these will work for tightening and adjusting the sun sails. Maybe these might be a little too small, but these are good quality. They don't rust. The turnbuckles, they work. It's just, what can you say? It's a D-ring, some turnbuckles, some hardware. Not much to say about that. Good enough. Alright, last thing before the last thing. This is... okay, this is going to be a sleeve case combo for my iPad. I believe this is for the... I'm sure you could put the 10-inch in here, but it's for the... it said it was for the iPad Pro 11-inch, so the company is Lacto. From that pioneering American family, the Lactos. It's got a place for your keys, front pocket there for peripherals and accessories, and a nice big thick padded pocket. And you got your strap, D-rings, click on there nice, click on there nice. Alright, that's not bad. Last thing, I tend to lose these all the time, so I needed to get some more. These are thread protectors for pistols with suppressors, and I'm always losing these things, so I ordered a couple extra just to have on hand. It comes with these crush washers. That fits nice. But that crush washer is one more thing I'm gonna have to keep track of, and I'm gonna end up losing, so I'm not worried about that. Yep. Fits nice. And then this, they're both the same size. I thought they were two different sizes. I thought one was for my rifles, one. Nope, same size. Okay, good. It's just good to have backups of these, because you don't want your threads getting marred up and then they won't install on the suppressor correctly. So yeah, good. Fortunate to have that as an option of getting from the Amazon Vine. So sorry this one kind of went off the rails in the beginning, but I think it's all information you should know if you're thinking about getting involved in this program, where you get the the invite from the Amazon gods. Do you accept the calling? All right, hit me up. You got any questions? Bada bing, subscribe, etc. Later.